Yo, 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 it's your boy T1, and this is Well You Ask Podcast. Well, you ask, and we answer the questions, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't like the answers, just remember, well, you ask. Ain't nobody put a gun to your head. All right, now, hey, it is my pleasure. It is my honor to get you guys familiar with our special guest, the one and only Trey Mack. Trey, how you doing, dog?
What's happening, T1? Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Oh man, it's a the pleasure is all mine, man. On behalf of my co-host, Baby Blue Diamond and D Live at Five, man, we love to happy to have you, man, for real.
For sure.
All right, so pretty much, for those that don't know you, just kind of introduce yourself, man.
Trey Mack, man, stand-up comedian from Birmingham, Alabama. I've been doing comedy 9 years. Just celebrated my 9-year anniversary, man. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing comedy for a minute, man. Started back in 2012 at the Stardome back in Alabama. Brought my dad to the comedy show with me. I supposed to do 5 minutes. I did about 2.5. Got the hell out of there. Got about 3 chuckles. My daddy told me, everything you touch turned to gold. And that was everything I needed to keep going. So I ain't stopped since, man.
And man, it's something about your parents, putting that battery in your back. You know what I'm saying? No matter how old you get, it always seems like, that we not look for that validation, but we really appreciate that validation from our parents. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, even if you don't see it, if they see it, you be like, man, all right, I guess I got something, because I did not do good that night. So he gave me the gas I needed to keep going, man. So shout out to Pops for that, man.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. And shout out to the parents that's like, no matter how old, you know what I'm saying, the kids get, they still helping them try to achieve their dreams in the best way that they know how.
Man, facts.
So you from Birmingham, huh?
Birmingham, Alabama, man.
So
Yes, sir.
so what, being from Birmingham, I got like some of my military brothers was out, like, from out that way.
Okay.
And they would tell me all kinds of different stories and things like that. So, with I know there's an HBCU out that way.
Yeah.
What's it like being from a place where it's not a lot of people know about, and how do you break in? How do you break into that market, and in it being a small market, how do you get people to notice you?
Man, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out, man. It's funny because I think about it. I was in the military for 8 years too.
Okay.
So thank you for your service.
No,
I started doing comedy in 2012. I joined the military in 2013.
Okay.
So I look up, it's a lot of comedians from Birmingham that I'm just now meeting and stuff. And I'm like, dang, I didn't know none of these people that's starting to do comedy. I just did comedy in Birmingham 1 year.
Yeah.
And then I went to the military. I did comedy in San Antonio. I was stationed out there for some time. Shreveport. I went to
Technicals. Hold on. Okay, we got you back.
Okay.
Okay, got
I
you back.
don't know. It might be my connection, man.
Might be. Like where I'm at in where I'm at, because I know you mentioned San Antonio. I was stationed out here for a while. We just settled out this way. So,
Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I was luckily the Air Force sponsored my international tour. So I got to travel all over and do comedy, man, on the on the Air Force dime. I think it made me a better comedian. So yeah, I don't know. I got lucky, man.
So were you okay? So were you ever stationed in at Ramstein?
Nah, I was at Aviano.
Aviano? Okay.
Yeah.
because I know a lot. They got this thing over at the neighboring base of Vogelway over near out near Ramstein, and they do this Apollo night. So I'm like, I've heard about the Apollo nights out there. Like a lot of different um, military members come through there, kind
Yeah,
of get
I
their
heard
feet
about it.
wet, and shit like that. So
Yeah, it was a lot of people came from Ramstein to Aviano. I
right,
hosted an open mic night off base, and a lot of people they came to that, and they used to telling me they was like, we had something like this in Ramstein.
right.
Um, so they would come through from Ramstein, but yeah, man, I never got a chance to be stationed out there, bro.
Yeah, we like my wife was is prior as well.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like when we was out there, she was in, and then when I got in, we weren't really like we had pretty much seen everything we wanted to really see,
Yeah,
like over there, and so we was like, well, we can do this stateside. We're trying to have more kids and everything like that. So it was like, well, wherever we land stateside, we'll just we gonna make it home, and it just so happened. I'm a Texas boy anyway, so
you
it
from
won't
you
nothing
from
to
you from
stay in San
Texas?
Antonio. Say again?
You from Texas?
Yeah, I grew up in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Oh, say this. That's where I'm
Yeah,
at, man.
that's where you at.
Yeah, I moved. I was like I said, I was stationed in Shreveport. People used to always
Mm,
come to Dallas to do everything. I'm from Alabama. I ain't never seen none, so I was like, I'm
yeah.
going to Dallas if I ever if I ever get out. And I got out, came right to Dallas, man. This year actually, February. I've been here since February.
Oh man, welcome,
Yeah, hey man, I like it out here, bro. Y'all got a
welcome,
lot
bro.
going on, man.
I'm. Hey, listen, man. Like
It's a lot going on. That's why I
we,
wanted to be out here. It's oh man, good and
yeah,
bad, bro. Whatever
yeah.
you want.
Whatever you into, whatever you into, the Metroplex got it for you. Trust me,
Yeah, for sure.
trust me. But like so seeing is that like you are a comedian. Um, well, first we got a question from a viewer. How do you like living in Texas? Like I know you say you couldn't wait to get here, and that's the first place you're going, but I know some people sometimes it can be kind of a culture shock. Yeah, Alabama is on the southern, on the south side of the map, but at the same time, it has a lot of East Coast, what I'm saying, like flavor to it as well. Because part
Yeah.
of like a lot of my family is in Virginia, so I'm from the top and the bottom of the South. So
Okay.
like in Virginia, I thought where I was at in Virginia was city. You feel what I'm saying? I thought that was a city as it got. But when I got down here, I'm like everything is big. Like everything I saw on TV is in the city.
Yeah.
It's like right where I'm at now. So I'm like, okay, this is about to be different. So how has it been different from you?
Just everything is far. That's the biggest difference. Everything is 30 minutes away.
Mm,
I'm not used to driving that much, but I love being out here for the opportunity.
right.
And I had a few comedian homeboys out here, and they plugged me in different situations. Man, and it's rolling now. Like I'm getting to work all the clubs that I've seen people work for years, and I can get on stage pretty much every night out here. Y'all got so much going on, man. You might have to drive a little bit to get to it, but it's always something. And I just wanted somewhere I could really grow as a comedian and get on stage as much as possible, you know. So uh, it's good. I don't see me going nowhere no time soon, bro. I like it out here, bro.
Man,
And it's military friendly. I'm still in the
very.
reserve. I'm in the reserve still, so
Yeah.
I love it, bro.
Yeah, man. And the good thing about the reserve, hey, put everybody up on game. If you reserve, you can still get that disability pay from all Uncle Sam while you collecting that reserve check when the
Why you
time comes.
reserve,
Yeah.
bro? I did not know that.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
Say less.
I have no problem passing down that type of information
All right, yeah, I'm
at
gonna do
all.
that, bro.
But so how do you prepare for shows and how do you handle hecklers? Because I've seen, like, take for instance, guys like D. Ray Davis and Cat Williams and even T.K. Kirkland, the man who you gonna be sharing the stage with.
Yeah,
Um, I've seen them; they've gone pretty hard
yeah,
on hecklers, and it's smooth like butter, like how they get it done.
Yeah.
They get him, they get into him, they get him out, and to the point that they want to leave. So, like, have you ever dealt with that and have encountered a heckler, and how did you deal with it?
Uh, I don't think I've ever had a heckler, but I do have. Well, I consider a heckler somebody like yelling out like mean stuff to you during the show. I ain't never had nobody, but I do have people talk during the shows, and I handle it in a way where everybody laughs. Most of the time, I can't think of a time where they was mad at me after the show. Even
Right.
if I thought they was mad, they always dap me up. Boy, you stupid as hell. Boy, that was funny what you said. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm nice, man. I don't be trying to take niggas' heads off. You know? Can I
Right.
say? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Uh,
you go
okay.
and do that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill nobody too bad, but we gonna laugh at you because
Right.
if you want that much attention, we gonna give you what you want. You know? So
Yeah, true indeed.
yeah,
So with it seems like being not just an entertainer, but it seems like being a comedian specifically is almost one of the most dangerous professions you can get into right now.
dangerous.
Considering meaning like considering the current climate that we're in right now with the cancel culture,
Yeah,
you know, we saw it with Kevin Hart when he was trying when he had got he got the gig to host the Oscars. His past comments in a 2010 stand up got thrown in his face,
yeah,
and he ended up not doing that.
sure.
Now we got Dave Chappelle, who it seems like it seems like the trans community, that community is, you know, charging down the street with pitchforks on these comedians. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So how how have you been mindful of that? And if so, how has that made you tailor or tone down your material?
So I'm not real political. Um, I do talk about race and stuff sometimes, but I really haven't changed the stuff I talk about. What I really like about Dave Chappelle, especially in his last special, he stand on everything he said.
Right.
He wasn't saying it for shock value. He wasn't saying it just to get a laugh or nothing like that. He really means the stuff he's saying. So if you feel a certain way, I mean, he's not going to apologize because and he explained it the best way he can, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it is sensitive, but if you really believe in what you're saying, I don't think that's going to stop you from saying nothing. Like if you really believe in your message, if you're just saying it to get the shock value or get a, you know what I mean, you might fold up during this time. But if you really mean what you're saying and you got a message that you're trying to get a point across, hey, they could do what they want, man. I feel
So
like, hey, don't censor no comedian. Let them say what they want to say, bro.
yeah, I feel like and I definitely feel you on that. And I also feel like that on, you know, with music as well. Like not necessarily music, maybe the individual. Like take for instance, um, there's a big you know, uproar about Boosie's comments towards Lil Nas X, right?
Yeah,
And it's kind of funny that he, you know, he gets his IG, whatever IG page he creates, it gets snatched almost as soon as he put it up,
yeah,
because he said something either defending something somebody said, or just saying he's disagreeing with what's going, you know what I'm saying, just a simple disagreement. I don't believe in that, but I ain't got no problem with y'all. But it's like the phrase "I don't have a problem with y'all" gets glossed over to the fact of, and they just skip past that point and go to "I do not agree,"
yeah.
and then they equate that to "I hate you."
Right.
So that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like how does a group of people wanting to be tolerated be the most intolerable? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I like to think of stuff from everybody's perspective, though, man.
Right.
I'm not part of that community, but I know they go through a lot. Um, I know they have to fight a lot just to be who they are,
Right.
and who they believe they are, whatever the situation is. So I don't know. Maybe they just I don't know. Maybe they just super sensitive. It might just be a super sensitive. Maybe they just tired. I don't know, bro. But yeah, I know. Boosie be taking it a little too far. I ain't gonna hold
Yeah,
you. Boosie, hey, even if you rock with
but
Boosie,
here's the
you're
thing:
like,
who's too far to whose standards though? Like whose standard are we holding them to? Because if we've been following Boosie forever, Boosie has always been him.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, what are you really expecting from somebody who made who has like the majority of their success has been built off them saying whatever it is that they want to say.
That's facts. But being if you ran Instagram or something like that,
Right.
um, do you think it's right for them to cut people off that are spreading messages that might maybe not go with what they trying to get across? You know what I mean? This is their
Right.
platform.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Boosie can go anywhere and shine because he's hilarious. He's entertaining. You know what I mean? He can take his talents. He can make a YouTube page and make $1 million off of it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
that's that's their stuff, man. That's their stuff, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, like my one of our viewers has said, Eric, freedom of speech is being attacked in today's society. I definitely agree with that. All right, we're gonna switch gears. Let's switch gears, like on a little lighter note. You know what I'm saying? It's only so it's only it's only you got to be socially conscious in today's world, especially when you're a media personality. So it's certain things that we have to touch on, even just for a second. Um, so switching gears, what's the first joke you've told, and what's the worst joke you've told?
True, that's the same joke. First joke, horrible. I got it, man. I'm gonna post it one day when I get the confidence to do it. Dang. Oh, there we go. It was a joke about telling my parents I was gonna kill myself. I wasn't, but
Oh,
I heard my white friend do it, and it worked for them. So I was doing the difference between white kids
oh, so there was a
scared
there
to
was
go
a
kill themselves.
oh there was a point behind that.
Not really, not really.
No,
I
okay, so
made it
you
up.
just
I made it up. Hey man, that was my first time on stage, bro. You get to that stage, everything you thought was funny, you realize it's not, bro. Bro, as soon as you get to that stage, you realize comedy is way different than you thought it was. Niggas
uh,
don't just get up there and get laughs. It take a lot of work.
yeah.
I learned that immediately.
I
The
think
only the only real laugh I got my first time on stage was because I was reading my notes
right,
and I said something about that, and I got a laugh from that. Something that I didn't wrote down. So yeah, that was my first lesson in comedy. Sometimes the funniest stuff is the stuff that you didn't plan to say.
right.
Yeah, horrible jokes. Oh man, my first 3 years full of horrible jokes. I got a joke. I got books full of horrible jokes. That's all I was doing, trying stuff out, bro.
Yeah, that hey man, you got to trial and error, man. Like you don't know, you're not gonna know if something is funny or not unless you say it. And
Yeah, that's the hard part. That's the hard
yeah,
part about
that's
comedy. It's
that
only
has to be
it's
probably
only
one of
you
the
can
most
know.
nerve wracking things because you can be in a group. It's different. Like I don't like. You ever watch the Bernie Mac show?
Yeah,
Okay, remember when he was on the A train when him and Wanda first met, and
yeah,
he was
yeah,
cracking jokes, and everybody on the train was laughing,
yeah. Uh-huh.
and he was confident. I mean, like he lit up. But once he got to the stage and tried to do them same jokes, you heard crickets.
Same jokes, bro.
Same jokes.
Comedy funny like that.
Boy, ain't it? Ain't it, man? Like it's yeah,
I had a
something I would like hunch, like just hold my stomach, just just weak at.
Yeah,
Like that's happened to me before, like where I've actually like been in a comedy show and I'm like one of the only people laughing at what he's because I'm looking at it like because I put myself in the position of like, okay, this, I know like I know this like he's a dude from around the way. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? And we in a different setting. So like I try to take it at its purest like form because that's where that's where sparring is done before
yeah,
you get to the stage. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's how I like to look at it. But it's like, yeah, and a comedian actually locked eyes on me. He was like, "Appreciate you, dog." Like, because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
You know
nah,
what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
but speaking of like getting your sparring in and your practicing, like, who is there anybody that you do your like practice your jokes with or on?
not at all, not at all. I don't even I don't tell nobody my jokes until I get to the stage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm weird. A lot of people do. A lot of people be like, "Let me run this by you." Nah, bro. Because man. So I have comedian homeboys, and they always like they'll tell me a joke and be like, "Is this funny?" I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Anything could be funny, bro. If you say to get the true reaction, to get the true response, you got to try it on stage. Ain't no skipping. Like I can tell you it's funny, and you get on stage and it don't be funny at all.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy is subjective, man. It's all in the delivery. How you gonna say it? I don't know. I have no clue, bro. So I don't even ask people because I don't trust nobody's opinion, but that audience, you know,
Right. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
different.
I mean,
It's different.
it is, and I think that goes to that H like the difference between the A train and the stage because it can you can almost have a false sense of security in the
Yeah,
people that's used to seeing you. You know what I mean?
one of my homeboys, we started doing comedy and he quit. Um, I feel like you gotta really love it to keep doing it. He told me he was like, "Man, this too much pressure." He said, "I'd rather be the funny nigga at the cookout." He said, "Cause it's getting on stage stuff, it's people, the strangers and stuff. He like it's uncomfortable, and he's like it's too much, man. I'd rather just be the funny nigga at the cookout." So that's what he do now. He you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comedy is different, bro. It's different making it translate, like translating your funny from wherever you from
Yeah.
and whatever your group is, translating that and making it funny to everybody in every
Yeah.
city you go to.
Yeah. I look
Black,
at it.
white, yeah,
Yeah. Like I almost look at it like a paper. You feel what I'm saying? Like in school where or bullets where you gotta stretch you gotta stretch what is so simple
yeah,
out and make it relate so everybody else can understand it and not everybody will understand it right at the same time but that's the goal.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Mm-hmm. Make it relate. That's my goal with comedy. I try to relate to the people in the audience um, as much as possible. You know what I mean? Sometimes
right.
it's harder than others, but when people can feel where you're coming from, they connect
Yeah.
with your material on a whole nother level. You know, even if they don't
Mhm.
laugh, they be like, "Ah, bro, I do that all the time. This nigga stupid." You know what I mean? I like to get
Right.
that. Like we all on the same page. We know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. So
Hmm.
I love finding those little nuances that everybody across the board can relate to.
For sure. Like
Yeah,
one of my favorite comedians is Ali Sadiq.
I
And
love Ali Sadiq. Yeah,
so it don't even feel like because like he came out to San Antonio earlier in the year. I think it was like February time frame, something like that. And he I had seen him on TV, listen, saw him on YouTube, things like that, like just catching different clips. But it was different to be it was different to be in his, like in his like just live in person in his
yeah,
in his space and
yeah,
watching him work. And it feels like a conversation more than, hey, I'm just trying to make you laugh with these punchlines.
And that
And I
make
feel
you
like
listen
that's
more, right?
us as a consumer. I think we like that a lot better. Like
Yeah.
we appreciate that a lot more than
Yeah.
just, hey, so a black dude, an Asian dude, and a white dude walk into a bar, but
Yeah.
I buy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we that's like we gotta feel that. Yeah, we know even if we're in unfavorable situations, we want to make light of that situation. We want to escape that situation, try to find the silver lining, the bright side of it,
For
even if
sure.
it's just pseudo.
Yeah.
You know what I
I,
mean? So
that's you. That's exactly it, man. A comedian named Ronnie Jordan in Atlanta, he said it best. They was talking about Atlanta audiences and they so hard to make laugh.
right,
He was like, they not hard. You just have to talk to these people. Like most
mm-hmm.
comedians, they want to just tell their jokes. Like, no, he said, we in the South. You got to talk to us. We want
Right,
to know you funny before we listen to you. Like, you have to address stuff in the room, talk to people. Then they'll let you get into your set. He's like, people just be approaching it wrong. You can't just get up there telling jokes. You know,
yeah,
let us know
right.
you really here. You. So I heard Ali is. I never seen him live. But I heard he a monster, man.
He is, man. Like he real, like man. I can't like words. You can't really describe it. Like
That's how everybody be saying it, bro. Everybody be like, bro, you just gotta see him.
you have to. Like
Yeah,
look, I took my wife. Took my wife to go see Chappelle out here when he came. He did one of the, he's good for doing these like impromptu shows.
yeah.
So like he came out, it was like 2 years ago, and actually 2 years ago this month actually, and
Fine.
it's kind of the same thing where yeah, like when he walks out, like you looking at Dave, and you can hear everybody screaming like deafening, but if someone was to ask you, you know, what is it like being like going to go see Dave Chappelle? It's like you either find yourself repeating yourself all like over and over, or just saying, not even really finding the words for it. And that's where I'm at with both of them. You know what I
Man,
mean?
that's
Because some people wouldn't even put Ali on the same level as a Dave Chappelle.
mm,
But for me, and the type of comedy that I prefer, I put him. I put him right behind him. That's just me though.
so like Dave Ali.
Yeah,
Man,
that's
that's
and I know
big.
people might chew me up behind that, but if you ever just go back and just Google and research Ali Sadiq, and for those who haven't, it is you will appreciate this man. I promise you.
Man, that's
You know what I mean?
big, bro.
He's in that. He's under that. He's from that cloth, man.
Yeah,
Like he
I'm not.
is.
I'm not disagreeing with you, bro. I'm not disagreeing with you, but that's big, man. That's big. Okay.
Yeah, Ali. Yeah, Ali. And he from Houston too, so you know
Yeah.
he a Texas boy too, and to see somebody who overcome like yeah, you know a lot of comedians have a lot of like stories of like overcoming adversity, you know, coming from rough neighborhoods and things like that. Do you feel like you have to have that sort of upbringing or background to be successful in comedy?
No, I don't think you have to have any. Man, it ain't no rules to this stuff, man. It ain't no rules. It's like any other thing. You see that a lot with rappers, and everybody got their struggle story. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I honestly feel like it's your work ethic. How hard are you willing to work at your craft?
Yeah.
Um, and I think being honest to who you really are,
Mm-hmm.
that just makes your voice even more unique. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody can't have it. Everybody one. Come on, everybody didn't sell drugs. Somebody got to be the nigga that won. What did you do that make you different, bro? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Everybody
Right.
didn't make
Right.
the basketball team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wouldn't. Everybody didn't get all the girls, bro. What did you do that made you different? That's gonna make us want to listen to your story as opposed to everybody else is doing the same thing and you I did. I think it's better if they don't. Actually, I like to hear people who lived a life that's nothing like mine,
Yeah.
and give you a perspective that you never would have thought of. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't off the top of my head I can't think of too many that's like that, but um I know I know there's some, but I do and those that I have seen, I can actually appreciate those too because it's almost like a breath. It's like a breath of fresh air
Yeah.
where it's like, okay, I can. Yeah, it's cool. Like, it's cool to want to hear something you relate to.
Yeah.
Most more times than not. But man, I'm saying that 2 to 5% of something different of like look. Let me tell you how twisted the Catholic Church is. And I went like the white dude that was an altar boy. They was like, look, man, let me tell you something about my ex-wife. You like, whoa, fam, like
That's
you got
wild.
to just
That's
like
wild.
it's like, wow, you really went there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, George Carlin, like old comic back in the day, like he was like that too. If y'all don't know who that is, look up George Carlin. He was one of the short white dude with the moon roof ponytail, but he was a monster.
Yeah.
Monster, like Chappelle talks about him. Andrew Dice Clay is another one. Patrice O'Neal was another one. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's
You a comedy fan, bro.
bro, I love to laugh. I
Yeah.
love to laugh, bro. Like I love it. That's
Nah, I respect that, bro. You know what you're talking about.
yeah. I've had certain safe spaces coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like to like when I wanted to escape from my reality, it's just certain things that shielded me
Mm.
to allow me to just be like, okay, I can make it to the next day. And comedy, like, was just one of them. You
Like
know what I'm
what?
saying? Like,
What was you watching? Like Comic View? Like
bro, comic view movies. Like to this day, I like one of the first movies I ever saw. It was a recorded tape. It was the first Beverly Hills Cop with Eddie Murphy.
okay.
I can watch that movie to this day and go through it line for line without missing a step and laugh like I never seen it before. The Golden Child, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's just certain things like you mentioned Comic View, Tyler Craig. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tyler Craig, man.
Man,
Rest in
shot
peace.
man, rest in peace to the OG man. Like that man, I
That's a legend right there, bro.
like me and like actually my wife and I's first date was a comedy concert. And Tyler Craig was on the bill back in December of '08. It was Tyler Craig,
Dang.
Gary Owens, uh, what's his name, DC Curry from
Yeah.
Next Friday. Cheryl Underwood was the host.
Okay.
Um, Gary Owens was on it, yeah, and Tyler Craig, and I mean, he did the one joke where he was talking. It was a sex joke, and the difference between men and women and all of that, and like I remember how old I was when I first saw that, or first heard that joke, and now to see it in person from the dude that I heard it from, man, like I could. If I find something funny, you can ask my wife. If I find something funny, and my co-host, I will laugh about that for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I love to laugh, man. I love
Man,
it.
what I love about Tyler Craig, man, I watch a lot of comedians, podcasts, and stuff.
Mm,
Everybody got some game from Tyler Craig.
yeah,
Like everybody got some wisdom. Like he put like he left a piece of himself in it. Like all of the comedians, especially Atlanta comedians, everybody got a little bit of Tyler credit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, for sure.
that's legacy. Like that'll never die.
Yeah,
I think that's just dope, man.
yeah, man. I love it, man. And I uh before uh before I let you go, like I'm real big, and well, and not just me, but Well You Ass podcast, we are really big on giving people their flowers while they're here. And I know you're relatively, new to the game. You know what I'm saying? Like you still like get, cutting your teeth, and and on that path, on like on your elevator's going up. You know what I'm saying? So I know like I know you got a lot more that you're going to accomplish, but we want to tell you, bro, congratulations on the success that you've had thus far. And bro, just keep rocking that shit out, bro. Don't let nothing stop you from
For sure.
achieving your ultimate goal, man.
For sure. We ain't never gonna stop, man. I appreciate you for having me because it ain't like I'm a big name comedian, but I appreciate you for, you know what I mean, taking the time out, let me be on your platform, bro. For real. Keep this going, bro.
Oh
Respect.
man, no problem, for sure, man. Before we let you go, man, keep, like let the people know where they can find you. Like anything you got coming up, just let the people know where they can see you.
Find me on everything Trey Mack Live. Trey Mack. That's Trey with an EY, Mac with a CK, Live with a VE. And check me out tomorrow and Saturday. We at the Upstage Comedy Lounge. 8 o'clock p.m., man. We gonna have a good time, bro. This is my
Good
first
time.
time headlining a weekend. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
all right.
Shout out to Bobby. That's my homeboy. It's his club. It ain't like it's Madison Square Garden or something, but my homeboy got a headline it, bro. I'm like long time to headline a weekend. So shout out to Bobby for making that happen, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
Over at Upstage
dream come
Comedy
true,
Lounge.
bro.
Yeah,
First time. We got to go close.
oh yeah, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
him, man. Over at Upstage Comedy Lounge, and get your tickets at upstagecomedy.net. Y'all do not want to miss this show. You don't want to miss it. You know what I'm saying? But look, on behalf of DJ Baby Blue Diamond, D Live at 5, myself T1, this is Where You Ask Podcast. We have been conversating with the homie Trey Mack. And just remember, you ask, don't get mad at the answer. You ask. All right? We holler at y'all.
show.